This man didn't know a single spell, yet he needed to light a candle. The problem was that the wand in his hand, the one he didn't even know how to use, was his only tool. Most people would have given up right then. But not Mash. The instructor watched in disbelief as Mash began rubbing the wand furiously against the ground. It looked like he was trying to start a fire the old-fashioned way. The ground was stone, not wood, and yet somehow, sparks began to appear. Mash actually managed to make fire. Mash's way of thinking was nothing like ordinary people's. Ever since he defeated the 7 fawn beasts, his dorm had earned a huge number of merit coins. But that same battle also exposed his biggest secret: Mash couldn't use magic at all. In this world, anyone without magic would be executed the moment they were discovered. Mash was no exception. As soon as he returned, the Magic Bureau arrested him. He was supposed to be killed on the spot. Just then, a man stepped forward and gave him a chance. His name was Rio, captain of the Magic Defense Squad and one of the most respected divine wielders. Rio handed Mash a candle and told him that if he could light it without touching it, they would let him go. If he succeeded, it would mean he had surpassed magic itself. The deputy director was shocked, but he didn't interfere. He believed it was impossible, only magic could do something like that. Yet Mash managed it with his strange fire-starting trick. When the flame appeared, Rio was both amazed and true to his word. But then he said the final judgment wasn't his alone to make. Just as Mash turned to leave, sand began swirling around his legs. The sand rose like a wave, attacking him. It turned out they were only trying to scare him. When the dust settled, several powerful figures appeared. The deputy director explained that each of them was a divine wielder: the Undying Staff from the Magic Cemetery, the Ice Staff from the Research Division, the Flame Staff from Talent Affairs, the Dragon Staff from Creature Management, the Knowledge Staff from Forbidden Archives, and the Sand Staff from Mana Regulation. Each one was a top-tier mage marked with 3 sacred seals. While Mash stood there stunned, Ortair, one of the council members, spoke up. He declared that Mash's sentence would remain unchanged: execution. His words represented the will of all divine wielders. Before Mash could respond, the deputy director suddenly moved beside him. Speaking in a strange voice, he announced that he was acting on behalf of Pure Origin and vetoed the execution. Everyone immediately realized he was being controlled. The deputy director said Mash was someone they needed and warned the others not to interfere. Everyone was shocked. Why would Pure Origin, one of the most mysterious magical forces, want to protect Mash? His identity suddenly seemed far from ordinary. Mash said he didn't belong to anyone, but it was clear Pure Origin truly intended to save him. If the Bureau dared to carry out the sentence, the deputy director would die instantly. It turned out a creature known as a parasitic magic worm was controlling him. The worm could drain magic power, evolve using its host, and if anyone tried to save the host, that person would become the next victim. Since they were inside the Magic Bureau, no one dared act recklessly. Rio concluded that Pure Origin had declared war on the Bureau. Still, he didn't believe a magic worm could be that dangerous. He decided to remove it himself, but another official stopped him. The worm was the natural enemy of all magic users. The stronger the mage, the weaker they became before it. Once infected, the host's death and the worm's transformation happened in an instant. They were at a loss about what to do. Rio insisted it was his responsibility as director to handle it. But by the time anyone could stop him, it was too late. Even without magic, normal people couldn't hope to fight something like that. Mash's life was now in danger. Then something unbelievable happened. Mash suddenly coughed and spat out something onto the floor. Everyone froze in shock. It was the magic worm, twisted and reshaped into a balloon dog. People thought Mash must have